Alright everyone, welcome to a new GM mode, and you guys voted, and you guys said the Columbus Blue Jackets would be the team that we do. And the first thing you're going to notice is this is on the Xbox 360, not the Xbox One. So before we start, I'm going to get into why it's on the 360 and not the Xbox One, and also tell you a little bit about how the voting process went down. So let's start with the voting process. There was a tie. It was between Winnipeg and Columbus. They had the same amount of votes, both those teams. And I just searched Winnipeg GM mode on YouTube and Columbus GM mode. I saw two Winnipeg GM modes in progress. Videos upload like a day ago, 2 days ago, etc. And then I searched up Columbus GM mode, and the only things I could find were NHL 14. I couldn't find NHL 15. So Columbus it is, plus I took a look at their prospects, and they seem to have players and prospects that are a little bit better, a little bit more potential there, right? So I decided to go with the Columbus Blue Jackets, plus we're in the Eastern Conference as well, which is an advantage. So yeah, that's why I chose Columbus. Now it's time to get into why I chose to do it on, why it's on 360 actually, just why in general. So I did watch a lot of videos this week about how to play GM on the Xbox One, but I felt that since there was a Black Friday sale and this game was only $25 or $35 instead of like $70 or whatever, I decided that I would just play it on the Xbox 360 because you guys understand GM mode on 360 more than the Xbox One or PS4 or whatever, right? You guys understand it more on old gen, and quite frankly, so do I. I understand a lot about GM mode now on next gen, though, which is really good for when they come out with updates, and I actually do eventually do GM mode on next gen, but I feel like my expertise is more towards this format, this look, like just the way this functions and how I can actually go to my edit lines, and I can go to my like AHL team, things like that, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is just better as a series for me and for you guys to do it on the Xbox 360, because you can't actually go the AHL lines and things like that, and potential systems weird on the next gen. It's weird. No edit lines in the AHL. You just kind of have to hope that they grow, right? Well, I'm in control in this version of how they grow, so it's a lot more familiar for me, I should say. It's not that I'm bad at the next gen GM mode, I just think it's more familiar, and that's why we should just do it on this console. So anyway, we're going to get into it right here with the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm going to show you guys our lines, what we're working with here. For some reason my game audio thing says it's like going full blast, which is kind of weird because it's not. There's barely any game volume in this anyway, except for goal horns and shit when we enter the playoffs. That's another thing, too. The ice tracker's not in the next-gen version for GM mode, so we can't go in and watch playoff games. We just can, like, sim them, and the game will, like, be done, like, right away, right? We can't go in and watch, so this is an advantage of playing on this console as well. So, anyway, we're going to be going with Ryan Johansson, Foligno, and Horton to start off. We're not going to do any big signings or big trades for year one. I just want to see how this team plays. So we're going to go with Horton, Johansson, Foligno, Hartnell, Dubinsky, Anisimov, Atkinson, Jenner, and Calvert, Tyrell, Letestu, and Skilly. Then we're going to move to our defensive core here. We got Jack Johnson, James Wisniewski, Ryan Murray, Fedor Tutin, Tim Erickson, I think. I think it's Tim Erickson. Yep, well, he's creepy looking. Tim Erickson and Denis Savard. It's probably, I think it's not Denis Savard, it's actually just David Savard, alright. And of course, you guys know our goaltenders are going to be Sergei Bobrovsky and Scott, why did I say Scott Clemenson? Curtis McElhaney. But there is one goalie I'd like to get, one move that I'd like to make for this team, just for year one. And that has to do with the backup goalie, so I'll talk about that in a second. I'm sure you guys know where this is going, too, based on the free agent goalies that are out there. So in the AHL, I brought up Wenberg and Reichel, so they are going to be playing there, see how the potential systems work in this game, because apparently they're a lot better, and so is the draft and all that for this GM mode in NHL 15. So that's what I'm looking forward to see. And of course, we got Oscar Dansk in the backup position there. He's a good goalie as well, so we'll see how the potential system works for them. What's his name? Bjorkstrand is playing in the CHL right now, so don't worry about him. He normally grows to be a really good sniper from what I've heard, so hopefully that works out. But anyway, the goalie I want to sign, the goalie, where is it? Free agency. Just for 1 year, I want it to get, Martin Brodeur or Tim Thomas or Thomas Vokoun. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to go with probably... I was thinking about going with Martin Brodeur because he's the highest overall. Just give him a 1-year deal for what he wants, you know. Actually, I just want an even number here, so we'll give him a 1-year deal worth $1.5 million. He'll be our new backup goalie. That's the only deal I want to make. That's all I want to do. So I got to make sure injuries are off and everything like that, and we'll get a bit of the season started. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new GM mode. We're bringing it back here. I could just feel the nostalgia factor already. I know it hasn't been that long, but I mean, you know what I mean, right? Injuries are off. Penalty time scaling, fighting, GM mode firing is off. Assistant coach rotates goalie is on. Assistant coach adds lines is off. I hate that. Computer trades, I'm going to put on easy for now, because I don't know what trades are like in this game. NHL 14, they were reasonably easy. But, I mean, you know, whatever. We'll figure it out. So that is all good. I think I just turned something back on. Nope. Alright. So everything else is good, good, good. Perfect. Alright, so as long as injuries are off, we're good, right? So we're going to see what Brodeur says. And then I'm going to fill him into the lineup here, because we don't need to sign anyone else. I know you guys saw Daniel Alfredsson, Joni Pikkanen's there, but I'm feeling like we should just go with what we got, see how far it takes us, right? Scouting assignment. So this is the Connor McDavid sweepstakes year, so we gotta scout him, and there's gonna be a few other players in the OHL that are gonna be good, right? Top 5. We already know about McDavid. Strom's pretty good, so let's go 3 weeks in the OHL to start it off. I'm gonna really focus on scouting in this series. Something I never really did in NHL 14. I just kind of trade away my picks. I really want to focus on scouting. Want to make that a primary focus. So anyway, oh wow, I decided to reject your roster. You have a full team at this time, huh? Okay, just a second here, because I do want Martin Brodeur to be our goaltender, our backup goalie there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna trade away a shitty ass goalie. Let's just get in here, trade negotiations, trade a shitty ass goalie here. Who do we got? We can get rid of... We have a lot of goalies. Oscar Dance is going to become something clearly. His potential's so high. We could actually get rid of... This guy's going to become something too, so let's keep him. What are the potentials like for these goaltenders? Not very good. So, let's get rid of... You know what? Let's just get rid of Curtis McElhaney, because I know we'll find a better goalie somewhere. Maybe we can get like a 3rd round pick, because apparently 3rd rounders, you can get really good players at 3rd round. You can get players that are really good in any round now. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good to know. Who's willing to take him? Oh, Los Angeles Kings want him. Is that the only team that wants him? I'd much rather a shittier team than that. Tampa Bay I saw, so just Tampa Bay and LA. So who's going to do worse? Probably not LA, but you know what? We'll take your holy shit. Oh, that's Buffalo second. Okay, I was thinking, what the fuck? How about a 4th rounder for Curtis McElhaney? Will that go through? Yeah, that'll go through right there. Oh, what the fuck just popped up on my computer? Some Dell backup recovery system. Get that shit out of the way. Alright, so oh shit. We're gonna have to bring up a goalie now. Who do we got? Who do we got to bring up? So let's bring up this guy just for now. Just for now. I don't know why it's telling me to go to extra attacker, but whatever. Throw this guy in just for now. Give Brodeur that contract. I don't know how long this video is going to be. We're probably only going to get a couple months of simming in, because you guys know in the 2nd episode I like to go to the trade deadline, and the 3rd episode I like to finish off the season, right? So probably going to get a decent amount in, but probably not as much as usual. Maybe. Depends how long this will be. So let's go to GM options. Let's see if he is still available. I'm hoping no one's picked him up. So Brodeur is still here. And we have a lot of room now. And we got a 4th rounder, which is nice. Never know, something good could come out of that. So we'll give you a $1.5 million deal. Let's see what happens. See if Brodeur accepts the offer now. We got rid of McElhaney. So we should have some roster room now. I just need that backup goalie that's going to be a decent overall, right, just in case. And just in case our 90 overall Bobrovsky plays like shit, right? So I'm extremely happy to accept your offer. That's really good. And like I said before, we're not going to make any changes in year 1 here until the off season. So I'm not going to tank or anything like that. I'm not going to make this team better by trade deadline. I want your guys' opinion on how the team plays after year 1, not just changing it right away. We got to see how this team plays just as it is for the first year. So we had a 5-2 preseason, not that bad. So let's get Brodeur up here. I think we have to go to roster moves, actually. I'm already more used to this. I'm getting right back into this. I know where everything is now compared to next gen. I'm still a little confused about the menus. That was the biggest problem. How things worked was a problem too, but I think I fixed that. I fixed that issue. I know what's going on now. But, I took the opportunity. I saw that this was cheap comparatively to what it originally was. So I thought, what the hell, Let's just go with old gen for GM mode, and everything else will be next gen. Because people on YouTube seem to be playing, a lot of NHL YouTubers seem to be using old gen for GM mode, but everything else they're doing next gen. So I might as well just join that path as well, right? Anyway, let's go to where was it I wanted? I was thinking. Just want to make sure Brodeur is set up here before we go. He's like the only stand-up goalie in the damn game. I think we have a pretty good team here. The snipers on the 3rd line, you guys know from NHL 14 GM modes. I don't really like that. So we'll see how this year goes with that, though. You never know. It could provide some extra scoring. Just got to make sure injuries are off because I'm really finicky about this shit. Because I don't want to have to restart. Assistant coach Ed's lines, no. Goalie rotation is on. Perfect. If shit starts to hit the fan, then, we're obviously going to go with Bobrovsky most of the way. So, let's get to Christmas time, and we'll see where that takes us, because we're already 13 minutes into this video, and we haven't even started simming. I've just been going over shit and telling you why I went back to old gen for this, and not next gen. But thank you guys for voting, at least, for Columbus. Not voting for like Chicago and LA, like high-end teams. You guys chose the shitty teams, which is what I wanted. Well, so Columbus isn't that shitty, really, but they're just not doing that well this year. Not off the best start, so I guess that's why you guys kind of thought, hey, let's pick them as well, right? So let's go 1 month in the OHL for forwards. Let's do that again. And we'll just continue simming. We'll get to Christmas time and see where that goes from there. So anyway, we're off to a really great start to season 3-0. Pretty surprising, actually. I didn't expect us to do as well as we are. I kind of expected us to be bad, but it's really sad when Tim Erickson is leading your team in goals, but, whatever, right? We are off to a fantastic start. 5-0 for the Columbus Blue Jackets GM mode. Wow, what an NHL 15 old gen start. I guess GM mode is just saying, hey, you guys, you're coming back and bringing all your subscribers back to old gen to watch GM mode. You're watching us here. We gotta perform. Simulation engine, that's what it's saying. We gotta perform. We're 8-0. Holy shit. The sim engine, it's just saying, hey, you came back to me, old gen. Yes. Now I must perform for you, and clearly it is. 8-1, that's still great. Sim Engine is treating me well to start this off. Sim Engine is really treating me well. This is just perfect. Holy shit. Oh god, this is where we're going to start to lose games, isn't it? Please, Sim Engine. You were doing... Oh my god, really? Sim Engine, please. You were treating me so well in my return to the Xbox 360. You were treating me so well. Why do you do this? Please. No. Don't do this. No, don't do this to me. The Sim Engine's doing this to me. Oh my god. Is it okay? Alright. We got back in the win column there. Oh my god. I swear to God, if the Sim Engine was to fuck with me, it was fucking with my brain. Alright, is there any defenseman? We know Connor McDavid's good. Is there any defenseman that could be in here? Let's go Barzell for a month. Barzell and the rest of these fuckers, then we'll go defenseman. Alright, November, we gotta get to December 25th. And then I'll probably end it, and we'll look at the stats, see how well we did. This will be, you know, your typical GM video. Typical length, almost 20 minutes. Maybe a little more, because I spent the first, 5 minutes just talking about why I went back to this console. But, I get EA SHL back at least, if I ever want to play some of that. And look at this, we are starting to drop back down to earth because we are only 11-6 now after starting 8-0. So, haven't had the greatest stretch here. We're kind of, you know, shitting the bed a little now. We're 11-7 after an amazing start. The Sim Engine just decides to shit on me. I should have expected this. But, you know, my brain was clouded with that 8-0 record there. EA was giving me that 8-0, and I was like, oh, you know, I gotta hope that stays. And then, of course, we're in this situation where we are, you know, 6-1. So, I mean, it's already looking like this team needs a lot of changes for next year. Oh my god, this is horrible. How do you start off 8-1 and then you're 11-11? I mean, great. You know what that was? You know what that was? A typical EA simulation engine that goes, hey, Pinhead, you're back to 360. Let's give you an 8-0 record. And then I'm like, thanks, EA Simulation. Then it's like, I'm just kidding. I'm going to fuck with you as I always did. Let's make it 13-12 now. And then I'm like, yay, great. Stupid assholes. Stupid EA. Stupid Sim. Come on. We have no overtime losses in there. That's not very great. That's horrible. I don't want goalies. I want defensemen. In the W. The George W. The George W. Bush. A few defensemen there. Not many. We'll go 3 weeks. See what we get. Alright, so December 25th, then we'll look at the stats. 14-12 so far, so not the best. Great. After a fantastic start, we're off to a very slow transition into the rest of the season. Very good start. Very poor. You know, it's 30% into the season, I suppose. Suppose we're at that point where we're almost halfway, actually. So, very good start. Poor middle so far. I don't know how to describe it, but we just got our first overtime loss. That's pretty big. It's really important to get the overtime losses instead of regulation losses. So we're 17-13-1, so it's not that bad. I doubt we're in a playoff spot. Maybe. I mean, Chicago's almost... We're almost on the same level as them, so... We're starting to win some games, though, here. So that's really nice. We're on the same level as the Nashville Predators, so there you go. So, for the first episode, we will be 18-14-1 to start the year. Alright, so let's take a look at all the stats. And then I'll end it here, and I'll probably just record some more of it. So, in the NHL, we are ranked 16th. We only have 37 points, 37 games. Somehow the Phoenix Coyotes, or Arizona Coyotes, are 23-4-7. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Somehow the Pittsburgh Penguins are 17-17. The Buffalo Sabres are 9-22-4. So I think we should scoop up, you know, a Buffalo first rounder. Or Edmonton. Buffalo, Edmonton are the teams we got to go after there, especially Buffalo. So goals for per game, we are down here 26. We don't score that much. That's pretty bad. Goals against per game, we're actually up there. We actually don't let in that many. We're just not scoring that many. Alright. That's really good. We're not letting in many, but we're not scoring many, so that doesn't help. Power play percentage is down here at 18th, or 16th at 18.8%. Penalty killing sucks ass. There is a chance to salvage this season, but I mean, I don't want to like be a top team and not get a good pick. I want a decent pick, but I do want to make the playoffs. You know, you're in that problem area, right? So anyway, let's look at the stats here before this video gets way too long. Might change up the penalty kill at the start of the next episode. I don't know. Maybe change up the power play a little. Let's see where everyone is. All right, so Ryan Johansson, 30 points. Foligno, 24. Dubinsky, 22. Horton, 22. Anisimov, 21. Murray, 19. That's pretty good for him. Wisniewski, 18. 18 for Hartnell. Jack Johnson's got 16. Skilly, Letestu, all the depth players here. All right. The depth is definitely getting it done, I guess, for the most part. Only a couple minus players on our team. Goaltending-wise, holy fuck, Brodor's got a 4.04 goals against average. Borowski's doing just fine, though. So, holy fuck. Yeah, I think we might have to just go with Brodeur for a little bit here in the next episode. Turn off the goalie rotation and, you know, throw Bobrovsky in to get the record a little better. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the very first episode of our new GM mode. You guys voted for Columbus, and I thank you for that. Hope you understand the situation of going back to old gen, and I hope you actually are satisfied with me going back to old gen. If you're not, tell me your displeasure in the comments, and eventually I will do a next gen GM mode if that's what you guys want, if you're unsatisfied with me going back to 360. But anyway, until next episode, which I'm going to record next anyway, I'm going to finish this entire year tonight, hopefully, so you guys can get a bunch of content of this weekend. I will see you guys in the next episode.